Welcome to .edu. I'm Steve Jones. Today I'm here with Gordon Pritz, Superintendent of Schools of Douglas County. How you doing, Dr. Pritz?
Doing great, Steve. Thanks for the opportunity to come speak with you.
Well, thanks for joining us. You guys had a busy summertime. Tell us about some of the things you guys had going on.
Well, we sure did. Most folks think that things just come to a stop in schools in the summer, and certainly that's true with the students and the teachers, but that's actually one of our busiest times because that's our only opportunity to do any kind of renovation or construction that we need to do. And so we had 3 major projects this summer, and that's one more than what we usually take on. All these were we were able to do these because of the continuation of the SPLOST monies that the taxpayers agreed to, and so we took on some major renovations at 2 of our middle schools, Turner Middle School and Fairplay Middle School, and we basically did a total redo inside. We replaced carpet, replaced ceiling tiles, electrical, HVAC, the air conditioning systems there, and just made some really nice renovations there at those 2 schools. And then we continued our efforts at Lithia Springs High School. We had done a lot of work there last summer, and we continued that again this summer with replacing all the ceiling tiles and new HVAC and electrical and those types of things. So real excited about that. The changes were very positive changes, and of course when the students and the parents return, they look brand new inside, and so that's always exciting. And then we had some technology upgrades that we did this summer. About 1.5 years ago, we ventured out with a 21st Century Technology Committee made up of about 100 folks, both school system employees and parents and stakeholders. And they took a look at what should a 21st century classroom look like in terms of technology. And so through their study and through their research and ultimately their recommendation, we were able to kind of design that classroom, so to speak. And then when the SPLOST vote passed last November, we were able to carry that out. So we began that this summer, and all our classrooms will ultimately be outfitted with the interactive whiteboards. We go with the brand name Promethean boards, and so we have those being installed in all our classrooms, probably about 1,100 classrooms before we're all done with that. It has the computer backup or the computer access, and then the projector to project onto the screen, and so that's an exciting teaching tool for our teachers. And then in addition to that, we are in the process of putting Wi-Fi in all of our schools. So those projects are ongoing. The Promethean board installation or 21st century classroom installation should be done by the end of September, and the Wi-Fi installation probably by mid-year, December or so. We should have that done in all the schools. So we're very excited about that. That gives some very important tools for our teachers to use for delivering instruction to our 21st century kids. They're used to that, and so we want to be able to carry that on in the classroom.
I've seen the Promethean boards over at Stewart, and a very impressive system, very interactive, like you said. The students seem to enjoy it, and the teacher, I noticed the day we were there, he was teaching a Spanish class, and just really fun to watch, good graphics, and very engaging for the students.
Well, what that does, it really is if we put it back to when you and I went to school, it's kind of the overhead projector, and then some, but it allows internet access, and so a teacher on that screen can bring up internet sites. You know, if the students are studying maybe something to do with U.S. history, the teacher can go to the Smithsonian Institute website and bring up something right there for the students. You know, a French teacher could bring up the Paris Gazette and let the students see how an article was written that day covering maybe the presidential election in the United States and read that article in French. So those are the types of tools that we put in the hands of our teachers, and really it's what our kids are used to. Many of our kids are already accessing that, and we use it in a sound instructional way. So we're very excited about that for our teachers.
As you begin the new school year in Douglas County, how many students are we looking at this year?
Well, we had kind of leveled off over the last couple of years, Steve, and had kind of stagnant growth. But this year, we think we've seen a little bit of a pickup. And as of last Friday, which would have been about mid-August, not sure when this will run, but we were sitting at 24,850 students. So approaching our highest number ever in Douglas County schools.
In terms of school systems around the state, where does that number put us?
We're typically in the top 15 largest districts in the state, and believe it or not, that size school system is considered a large system in the United States. There's many school systems that are 800, 1,000, 2,000 kids, and of course we're sitting at 25,000. So we're considered a large school district, both in Georgia and nationally.
And now we have, what, 5 high schools now?
5 high schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opened up New Manchester High School last year, and they had a great year. And we're starting to settle with our numbers there a little bit as kids progress through the option they had to stay at their old school if they chose to.
As you look into the year, anything big coming up in 2012 that you're excited about?
Well, last year we had some major things that we took on or were a part of. First, of course, opening the new high school, New Manchester, where we had to redistrict the entire district. That was a big event for us. We had some major budget challenges, as we seem to have every year the last 3 years. We had a East Blost vote last November that the citizens thankfully approved. And then we had our SACS reaccreditation visit last March, which was very important to the district, and we had a very good review when the outside team came in and took a look at us. So fortunately, we got some big things behind us, but there's always something going on in education, and it'll be another big year for us. We do have some new curriculum. The Common Core curriculum, which is a national curriculum, is being rolled out this year. Our teachers have been working towards that for a couple of years, but 46 states across the union adopted this national curriculum. So it puts kind of school systems across the country on a level playing field. It also exposes our students to a common core curriculum that is universal, if you will, throughout the United States, and also raises the bar a bit with expectations and rigor, so our students are being better prepared to compete internationally, as is the world today. So that is a big initiative in our core business of student achievement. So our teachers have been hard at work at that for, like I said, 2 years, and this is the big year for that rollout. So that'll be a major event for us, already is. And then we do have a very important vote in November on the ballot with a constitutional amendment that involves the state being allowed to start up charter schools without local approval. So we'll have a real task there to inform the public of what that's all about, so they can make an informed decision when they go to the ballot on that amendment. And we can certainly talk more about that maybe at a later time, because that's a very important issue.
If that is a state initiative, then that money will come directly from the same money that you pull your financing from, right?
Yeah, we believe that it takes out of the hands of the local Board of Education that's elected by our local citizens, takes out of their hands the ability to approve schools, which they already have, and we have a fine charter in Brighton Academy and our College and Career Institute. We have 2 charters, and those were approved by our board, and that ability is already there. This is, in essence, giving the state the opportunity to start up a parallel school system, if you will, where we have takes it out of the local control, yet they'll still use our money to fund that school. So we have some real concerns about that.
Sure. I can also see it would be a conflict, because you would be competing against a state-sponsored school, if you will, as opposed to something that the local board has initiated.
Yeah, and what's interesting is the state can already do that. We have a school for the deaf that the state sponsors, and so we think it's something that's already afforded, but we have local jurisdiction over that. This would take that away from our local elected body.
And that'll be on the November 6th ballot.
Yeah, it'll be a constitutional amendment, and the voters will be asked to either vote yes to change the Constitution of Georgia, to allow the state to have this parallel school system, or to vote it down and leave the Constitution as it is. And we'll be talking more about that so that voters have an idea of what they would be voting for. And of course, we'll advocate that a no vote is the vote that would be favorable.
We have great teachers here in Douglas County. The Teacher of the Year Award is coming up soon. Tell us a little bit about how those teachers are selected and how that process works.
Well, you're right, Steve. We do have great teachers here, and they are the key to our school system. And we believe we have a great school system, and it's the teachers that make it such. So they have a very difficult job. They have more and more put on them, it seems, each year. And we have to do that with less and less resources as we've dealt with these budget cuts. But we're fortunate to have some tremendous teachers. 100% of our teachers are highly qualified as defined by federal requirements. We're very proud of that. We have provided our teachers many opportunities to grow professionally with a lot of professional learning that goes on throughout the year. And our teachers have gone on above and beyond in many areas to excel. We had, for the second time this summer, we began it last summer and we continued it this summer, the development of some common district assessments that the teachers are developing, so that we have a guaranteed curriculum that's being taught and tested as we prepare our students for the critical tests such as the CRCT, which is the Criterion Reference Test, and the end of course test for our high school kids. So they did a super job with that this summer, and we're excited about that. We were able to honor our Teachers of the Year today with some surprise visits. And in October, we'll bring them all together at First Baptist Church of Douglasville and have a tremendous celebration there where we recognize all of our Teachers of the Year, and we select our one top Teacher of the Year will represent the district at the state level.
We cover the Teacher of the Year celebration every year, and we are always amazed at how well those people make out. They get some pretty good prizes.
Well, it's amazing. It's not surprising, but it is amazing that the level of support that we get from many, many businesses and churches and organizations across Douglas County that come in and provide gifts and opportunities for our teachers, as far as gift certificates to restaurants, all the way to a car for the Teacher of the Year to use for a year. So we're very excited about that and very grateful that we have that level of support. It is amazing when you hear all the things that are being provided.
And well deserved. I mean, that's got to be one of the toughest jobs that a person can do.
No doubt.
They certainly. I give a salute to the teachers because it's not a job that I could do. It's excellent.
I did it for 18 years, and I'll tell you what, it's even more demanding today than ever.
You talk about the support we get from our local community. Your partners in education play a very big part in that. Tell us about some of your partners that you have here locally.
Well, Steve, as you know, everybody has been touched and affected by the economic downturn, and in the school system we certainly have felt that as well. We've had 3-4 straight years of just tremendous budget challenges, and without the partners in education, without different companies and vendors who come forward to help out the schools, we would have even greater difficulty. So we're very excited about our Partners in Ed program. We have upwards 250 to 300 different partners in our schools. We'll have a big kickoff breakfast for them actually tomorrow, and we'll continue to try to grow those partners as we go through the year. We're real excited about one of our biggest new partners that we just announced this week with Foxhall Resort. They allowed us to come out and hold our leadership kickoff function out there with about 160 of our staff, and provided that venue to us at no charge. And we had a great retreat, if you will, out there one day back in July. And they continue to look for ways to support the school system. We're very excited about a fall festival that we're going to have out at Foxhall that all the citizens of Douglas County are invited to. It is a fundraiser event, so there will be tickets available in late October. and we'll be getting word out on that. So we're excited about that partnership. But we have, like all school systems in the state and across the country, we do have some major financial challenges, and we just are being asked to do the same job, if not more, with a lot less than we are used to having. And so we're having to find ways to make that work. And you know, we balance the budget in a number of ways, and one is through the taking of furlough days. And so we have, again this year, 3 furlough days that all our employees will take to help make the budget work. We've had to increase class size. We've had to reduce some services, you know, just things that we're used to, like the number of lawn maintenance staff that we have. And so, you know, our grass gets a little bit higher in the summertime, which we don't like, but we just are having to find ways to make it work. And those are some of the services that sometimes get affected when you're looking for those ways to make it.
You just don't think about all the personnel it takes to keep a school system functioning. The teachers are the part that everybody knows,
right.
But there's so much more that goes into all the building maintenance and lawn maintenance. And
right.
I guess all those things are very expensive.
Well, we have 3,500 employees, largest employer in the county, and about 1,800 of those are teachers. So, you know, we do have a lot of support staff, and they're critically important to the school district. Our bus drivers, our cafeteria workers, custodians, our parapros, our clerical workers, all are key individuals to make the school system what it is. And we're very fortunate to have very dedicated, loving, and caring people who participate in those roles.
Well, we got a great school system. You're doing a great job, Dr. Pritz. We really appreciate you being on
Thank you, Steve.
.edu with us today. And join us next time for another edition of .edu.